Welcome to World Report. I'm Jim Hansen. Big news today. We now have a war president. And last night, he bombed the heck out of Syria. At least 47 Tomahawk missiles returned a whole bunch of ISIS scumbags to their component molecules. Hey, hang on just a second. Yeah, Raytheon stock. Buy it. All you can get. But the important thing is that President Barack, the war ender Obama, started this illegal war with no authorization from Congress, the UN, or anyone. Get some, sir. Bring it on. Now, let me be clear. Congress did authorize him to arm those 5 moderate Syrian rebels, but nobody but the man himself approved this aerial beatdown. We are so proud, sir. So what are you going to name it? I mean, the obvious choice is Obama's war. Kind of like Iraq was Bush's war. But there's a lot of options. Could be the ISIS war or the Syria war. Maybe we should have a contest. So everybody send your ideas to Name Obama's War at whitehouse.gov. One suggestion, though. Do not let John Kerry help you name it.
Is the United States at war with ISIS?
I think that's the wrong terminology. What we are doing is engaging in a very significant counterterrorism operation.
You are seriously going to need to tighten that up. He announced this shocking awesomeness today on the White House lawn in front of his trusty war steed, Marine One. Hoorah!
Last night, on my orders, America's armed forces began strikes against ISIL targets in Syria.
Although I think it would have been even more badass if he had done it with them cool shades. After he was done with his 3-minute speech, he trotted right back in the White House without taking any questions. But obviously, he had an important strategy meeting. Probably about focus group responses, and polling results. Now, some of his critics have questioned his speaking in front of Marine One if he was just going to head right back in the White House. I mean, did he have him fly the bird over just so he could use it as a backdrop for his war speech? Well, the answer is kind of yeah. Perks of power and all that. But he did have to head up to the UN later in the day to give a speech on the true gravest threat facing mankind. Climate change caused by humans pumping massive amounts of carbon into the atmosphere. And to demonstrate how grave that danger is, he had his helicopter pick him up at his back door, fly him to the airport so he could get on his private jumbo jet to hop up to New York City. That little jaunt alone cost our poor planet 26.25 tons of carbon dioxide. And that's him alone. Doesn't even count all the foreign potentates, poobahs, tyrants, and dictators who flew to that wretched hive of scum and villainy known as the UN to hear him talk. So let me get this straight. Lectures us on the evils of climate change while belching out the annual carbon footprint of sub-Saharan Africa in an afternoon. Wins the Nobel Peace Prize, bombs everybody, drone whacks American citizens with no due process or trial, and starts wars with no authorization from Congress. There's a word for this. Okay, enough of all that. Let's not mar this happy day when our president cowboyed up and strapped on his 6-shooters. But since you now are the war president, the gunny has a request.
Let me see your war face. You don't scare me. Work on it.
Seriously, gonna need to work on that. I'm Jim Hansen, and that was the World Report.